Kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Claremont, Florida. Hope you're all having a super fantastic sparkling day. How did you do on today's challenges? Weren't they good ones? Let's see, your mindset was affirmations. So did you write some nice positive affirmations? Remembering the rules, you had to use positive words, no negative words in there. Don't use words like don't, can't, won't, because the brain doesn't comprehend that. And remember to put them in the present tense. So they have to be in the present tense, not the past tense or the future, because brain doesn't comprehend past and future over present. And then your business challenges processes. How are they coming along? Remember, we're stuck on processes all this week, because the better dialed in you get your processes, the smoother your business is going to run and save you time and money. Always good to have. And it could get to the point where you realize that there is stuff that you can outsource to other people where it's worth your time to outsource to that person. You just hand them the process, they do the work. Nice and simple, huh? Then, let's see, our fun challenge was jigsaw puzzles. So how many of you started a jigsaw puzzle today or have already been working on one, just having fun doing jigsaw puzzles? I haven't pulled mine out because my only flat surface in the RV where I can do the jigsaw puzzles is my dining table, which doubles as my workstation as well. So I really don't have a place to do jigsaw puzzles. And can you just imagine trying to do a jigsaw puzzle with Zeffie around? She likes to chew things. We did have some fun today too, because I was sitting working today and I could hear this noise going on outside, and I look out and diagonally behind me I have a Class C. Now the Class C vehicle is the one that looks like a truck with the cab over top. Has like the pickup truck front, and then they've got the cab over top with the rest of the RV behind. This one's probably around maybe 30 feet, I don't know. But there's a family in there with 6 kids, ranging in age from around 1, excuse me, through to probably around 10 or 11. And there's 6 kids there. They got together and they built themselves a fort outside, because there's not a lot of room inside that RV for the 8 of them. And they built a fort today out of blankets and chairs. It was really cool to watch. By the tree outside in their site. So it was kind of cool to see them in there, and they had their chairs set up in there, so they were able to sit in there and do their thing and all that sort of stuff. So that was kind of cool to watch the kids building their own fort. I thought, yes, look great. And they don't even watch my daily challenges, because we had fort building yesterday or the day before. Can't remember. Then, oh my gosh, this was hilarious. I totally wish I had my phone handy at the time. There was 2 times I don't know what it is with smart cars lately. I'm seeing them everywhere. And there's a smart car here that's running around, and it's got a big sticker up the side that says Zippy. And somebody actually thought I called Zeffie Zippy, and I said no. And I said, but Zippy Zeffie? Yep, that would work. So I thought, Zippy, there's a Zeffie car. That's my immediate thought. Then, excuse me, then coming into the park today, because I'm on one of the main thoroughfares here, we get to see a lot of the RVs as they're arriving and going around trying to find a spot, because Thousand Trails is first come, first served on the spot. So you just drive around till you find a spot that you like and you park, as long as it doesn't have this is a reserved site for annual residents or something like that on it. But basically the free sites you can have your pick of. And one goes past today. It looked like the cab of an 18-wheel truck with a 5th wheel on the back, and between the cab of the truck and the 5th wheel was a smart car sitting sideways. So they'd obviously driven it up from the passenger side, because its front end was facing the driver's side, and it was tucked in behind the cab of the truck that was towing the 5th wheel. I thought that is such a cool setup, because they've got the truck to tow the 5th wheel around, and if they need to do any big shops or anything like that, they can take the truck. But for just running around, they got the little smart car. I thought that was so cool. I thought, man, that's a really cool setup. So I'm gonna I know where they are parked, because I passed them this morning, but of course they don't have the smart car up on the truck. So I was going to try and see if I could get a picture, but the guy was out working around it today, and I don't like taking pictures when the people are out watching. And then the other funny one I saw was on the way back, I had to do a Walmart run, because they said they had RV toilet paper. I thought, yes! So I got in the car, raced down there to get the RV toilet paper. None to be seen anywhere. And they now have out front of the Walmart just down the street from us, they now have one door completely blocked off, which is for food donations only, and they want you to use the other door. Then they have this roped off area that goes across the front of Walmart. Then they have these blue lines along the pavement, which are all 6 feet apart, and that's where they want you to stand. And they've got all this signpost up there, and they've got all this yellow tape in there. And now they have you, if you want any paper products, you have to go down the back of the store, down one of the aisles to the very back aisle, across the back aisle to where these doors are to the storage, to the work area out the back. There's a table there. You ask them for what you want, and this way they're able to rationalize it as well. Yeah, you can only have one pack or whatever. So I just bowled on up there and said, "You don't happen to have any RV toilet paper back there?" He says, "Nope." He says, "That's over in automotive and tires." He says, "Nope, that's all gone." He says, "Then I'm sorry, I don't have any." I said, "That's okay." I said, "Just worth a shot," and carried on. And so on the way back, this is, and then they've got it so that if you come in the doors, you're going straight into the store. They've got it all roped off so you can't go along to the restrooms, which are behind the cash registers. You've now got to go out and around and come back again. So they're trying to make it so it's more separated going in and coming out. And so when you come out, you can't go back into the store without going, you've actually got to go outside and turn around and come back in again. So they've got it well roped off, cornered off and all that sort of stuff too, and they're controlling the flow of traffic into the store and that. And it's quite interesting looking at some people that are wearing masks and what they're using for masks. It was kind of interesting. And I suddenly thought, oh, I have one of those things that, one of those tube things that you can put over your neck completely, pull it up for a hat, or you can pull it up over your neck. I wonder where that is. So I'm going to go find that one. Excuse me, very dry throat today. Haven't been drinking enough water. Keep your fluids going. And then, so on the way home, on the way back to the RV park, I pull up at the traffic lights next to the smart, and I see this thing come out. I'm like, what the heck is that? And it was a pool doctor something or other. He was like a pool somebody that would go around and service swimming pools. And he was driving the smart car. On the back of the smart car, he had one of those luggage things that you put totes and stuff on, and he had this massive tote sitting on the back of this luggage tray thing that was as wide as a smart car and almost as tall as the back of the car. I was like, how the heck do they even attach that to the back of those smart cars? Because they're not designed to have things hanging off the back or towing things. I thought, jeepers, they must have done some work to get that platform there for him to be able to put this tote container on the back of the thing. It was hilarious. I mean, the tote was almost as big as the car. So those were my 3 smart car stories for today that were just absolutely hilarious. So we've been having a really, really good day. And, Tony Scott here. How do you like Thousand Trails? I love Thousand Trails. I love using their services, their campgrounds. I've got an elite membership there, which means I can stay for free at any of the Thousand Trail camping grounds based on space availability for up to 3 weeks. So I did put in a call today because they want you to call the office rather than popping into the office. I did call them today, had to leave voicemail, letting them know I do want to extend another week here. They called me back like 2 hours later and said, I need all your information, like name, phone number, and they just called me, what your membership number is and all blah, 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 blah. And I thought, well, I told them what my site number was, and they should be able to look up my name and site number, and there's all my information in their system. And he says, have we already called you today? Called you back today? I went, no. And he's like, oh, okay. Then I need your name, your membership number, and your site number and your phone number. And I'm like, you just called me on my phone number, but whatever. So I gave him all the information, and he says, okay. He says, it's taking us a while to get through all of this, so we'll get back to you as soon as we can to let you know if you can stay an extra week, because they only allowed me to book 2 weeks out of the 3 that I'm allowed. So based on that, it'll be depending on whether they can extend the week. But I did notice that even though Florida has they've gone from the 2 week temporary stay at home, they've now extended it to the end of April. And then there was a rumor that they were closing down campgrounds. So I went and I researched it, and the campgrounds that are closed are all the state park owned ones and the government controlled ones. All the private ones have been deemed, they left it up to each county to decide if they wanted to keep the privately owned park RV resorts open. And the counties, and when I was reading down the list of Florida, the counties have decided that the RV parks are an essential service, so they get to stay open. I was like, yes! Very, very glad to hear that, because otherwise it would have been having to figure out when I had to leave and all this sort of stuff. But apparently the governor of Florida has told them to hurry up and get road construction done and all this sort of thing as well, because apparently there's a lot of road construction going on and they want them to get it done. So they're saying, while there's no cars, while there's very little traffic on the road, get the road construction done, because construction is an essential service. They are still building the 350, 160, whatever RV spaces over here. They're over there every morning with the machinery, heavy machinery going and doing all of that. Out the way, Zeph, out the way. I don't know if we'll get to see it, but let's see if we can do this. I just looked out. You got to check out the sunset. Hang on, let's turn this around. So there's the sunset for tonight. Isn't that pretty? That's our view. Cool sunset, huh? And this RV right here, this is the one I was telling you about earlier where the kids were building the fort outside. There's 6 kids in that RV, which is around 30, maybe 31 feet. It's nowhere near as long as mine is. But yeah, that's the sunset for this evening. I just had to show that to you so you could see it. Meanwhile, Zephy is... What you doing, Zeph? Yeah. Oh, and that was the other thing that we got today. So while I was doing my thing at Walmart, getting my essentials, I went past their little movie thing. And because I have issues at times with streaming, with the internet connection and stuff, I thought, I need some new movies. And I'm carrying 300... 400 movies, something like that already. So Helen being Helen, collector of books, I got The Overcomer, which is a movie I saw in the theaters. Awesome story. Great movie. So I got that one. This one I haven't seen yet, but I've heard really good reviews about it. It's with Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren, The Good Liar. Something to do about a con guy wanting to con the woman out of her millions. And then I noticed this, and this is one of I actually enjoy these movies, but The Karate Kid, this is a 5-movie collection. I didn't realize they'd made 5 movies. I knew they'd done the original 3, but apparently there's been 2 others since the original one. I knew about one of them because it had Will Smith's son playing the Karate Kid, but I didn't realize there was one between that and the 3rd Karate Kid. So that's my new movies that I've got here to watch. I already have Field of Dreams lined up in the DVD player for tonight, so we're going to be watching that because that's such a feel-good movie. And and Zephy got to do some extra training today. We did our training time today, didn't we? We refreshed her memory on what front means and side, and she was so funny. She's bouncing around to get into the position of side, but she sat right next to my leg, which was good. And then after, and then I had her doing other exercises, and I went back over all the commands I'd given her today. And when it came to side, she sort of turns around in a circle and sits down over to my side facing me. And I'm like, yeah, no, by the leg. And so I had to get the treat out and lead her by the nose to where I wanted her to sit. And then she gets there and she takes a step sideways and sits down. But I did sit down on the floor and we did shake and we did high fives, and she was doing awesome at those. Although she doesn't give you a high 5, she gives you a high 10 because she puts both paws on the palm of your hand when you hold your hand up, which is really kind of cute. And so we got some good training in today and had a lot of laughs with her today. She was just hilarious. She's been like that all day. And this morning she decided that it was time to get up, and she suddenly realized, oh, you're awake. Excellent. So she comes over, has a bit of a scratch, and then she suddenly takes off the bed, just leaps off the bed and takes off. And she's not a morning dog, this one. I thought, what the heck is she doing? And then I called her, and she comes running back and jumps up on the bed, gives me lots of kisses, and then takes off again. I thought, what the heck's going on? Then I hear her whining. So I get up, I come out. She's up here, on here. The curtain's still closed, and all I can see is her backhand sticking out from behind the curtain. So she had figured out how to get between the blind and the curtain and was busy looking out the window. And of course, everybody's up walking their dogs at this hour of the morning. So she's there whining, wanting to get outside to see all these dogs. And she did get to meet, she got to meet, how many dogs did you get to meet today? 3. So on our morning walk, one of the places we go past a lady who's also a solo traveler. She's in a Class C, about 5-minute walk from us. And we always stop and have a talk with her, and she comes over and just loves on Zeffy. And there's this gorgeous, gorgeous dog that's across the way from her. And yesterday it was standing at the base of a tree, just looking up at the tree with one paw up like it was pointing, like a pointer points. And it's just eyes fixed on the tree. She timed it. It stood there for 20 minutes watching the squirrels in the tree. And so they had taken their 2 dogs, because they had that one and they had this other one, the one that they took, the one that we liked, it sort of had these solid colors, and then it had these spotty bits, and it was just a gorgeous coat color on him. And when they came back, I said, excuse me, I said, what sort of dog is that? And it was a Brittany. And I'm like, wow. I said, that is absolutely gorgeous. And I had not seen a Brittany with that sort of markings on him before. And so that was kind of cool. And her and him and Zeffy just started playing. Of course, this dog, and the Brittany, we turns out it was the runt of the litter, is now the biggest dog out of the litter. And when she plays, she growls and barks. But if you look at her back end's going like this, so we're all okay. And Zeffy had her back end going like this, and the 2 of them were up there, and they're on their behind legs, and they're boxing with each other, and they were just having a blast. And the other dog that lives with the Brittany was just laying down on the road, just like, you guys play, I'm just going to lay here. And then Vicky, the lady that I stop and talk to, her little chihuahua thing had already come over, snarled at Zeffy and all of that sort of thing, doesn't like other dogs, and had already gone back to bed. So we had a good day with that today, and out talking with people, and actually got to talk to quite a few people, we actually kept more than 6 feet between us, so that was good. So yeah, it's been a very good day, good training day for little Missy down here. What are you doing? You gotta see this crazy dog. What are you doing? Where'd your ball go? What's in your mouth? Come here. She has this little ball that she likes to chew on. It's just a little rubbery ball. It doesn't squeak anymore. It's actually a squeaker out of another toy. Oh, go get it. She chews it like gum. You gonna put it under the chair like you do with all the other balls? See, she just chews it. She is so funny. She doesn't, that ball, she must like the texture of it or something, because it's like a rubber ball, and she loves the texture of it because she doesn't try to tear it apart. She just chews it like it's chewing gum or bubble gum or something. And it makes the funniest noises. It's got a little hole in it where the squeaker used to be, and it just makes these little weird noises when she crunches on it, or smashes it, chews on it. But anyway, that's it from us for this evening. We'll be back tomorrow with our challenges for the day tomorrow. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling evening, and we will catch you all tomorrow. Hei konera.